Welcome to the Journal of Pediatric Surgical Nursing podcast. I am your host, Dr. Mayra Garcia, and the current editor-in-chief for the journal. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that is absolutely fundamental to the quality and integrity of all the science we share: peer review. The process of peer review is the essential step that we need to do in order to ensure that the information we rely on for clinical practice is the best it can be. So, what exactly is peer review? The American Association of University Presses defines peer review as the formal evaluation of a manuscript by respected experts, which is essential for disseminating science through publication in professional journals. But peer review has a rich history, with its earliest recorded mention appearing more than 1,000 years ago in a manual for visiting physicians. And further historical accounts can trace it back to the 17th century, when scholars from the Royal Society of Edinburgh would meet to discuss and debate newly generated science, distributing reports to other experts without disclosing their identities. And this tradition of expert evaluation has evolved, but its core purpose remains the same: to evaluate evidence by respected peers. And in scholarly publishing, peer review is that process that ensures that the quality, the ethical soundness, and the validity of manuscripts and their findings. And it is crucial for publishing high quality evidence, which in turn advances our clinical practice. So think about it this way: every article you read in a professional journal, including our own Journal of Pediatric Surgical Nursing, has gone through this rigorous process, and that gives you, the listener and reader, that confidence that experts have thoroughly evaluated the research and evidence that is being published. But what are the benefits for peer review? Because the benefits aren't just for readers, they actually extend significantly to the reviewers themselves. Participating in peer review gives numerous advantages. The reviewers are able to stay updated on the latest advancements in their fields, which can inspire fresh ideas connected to their own areas of research. If you're a novice writer, participating in peer reviewing can significantly help to improve your understanding of manuscript refinement and to enhance writing skills by evaluating the work of others. This experience can be a powerful motivator for early career researchers or academics that want to gain expertise through the peer review process. It's truly a win-win situation for the entire scholarly community. And I'm excited to share that a new benefit for JPSN peer reviewers is that they can now qualify for continuing education credits by participating in the peer review process. And so we're so excited to offer this new benefit to our reviewers. But let's talk about best practices and peer review, because a good review isn't just about pointing out flaws, it's about fostering growth and ensuring that the best possible science is published. So, first and foremost, feedback should be both corrective and constructive. This means highlighting those mistakes or deficiencies, but also critically, providing suggestions that are intended to assist authors in enhancing their work, rather than just merely pointing out what's wrong. This provides authors with concrete recommendations to improve. So, one example: you're reviewing a paper and the methodology is unclear. Simply saying, "Method's unclear," is not very helpful. But if you say instead, "The methods are unclear, please include the inclusion and exclusion criteria," this now provides authors more concrete recommendations to improve their manuscript. Additionally, peer review needs to demonstrate professionalism by maintaining a respectful tone. Unfortunately, in nursing, it has been published that there have been instances of incivility in the peer review process, and so it's an essential practice that reviewers avoid rude language that would discourage authors during the publication process. As peer reviewers, it is vital to remain open-minded about new topics, research techniques, and different writing styles. Your feedback needs to be clear, but provide concrete suggestions to remove any uncertainties. A good review should also have a logical structure. So a recommendation I would like to provide is that you cluster your feedback by sections of the manuscript. In other words, avoid providing feedback on the methods, jumping to the background, and then back to the results. Providing that logical structure helps not only you, the peer reviewer, when you're submitting feedback, but also the author as they address each and every one of your comments and recommendations. As a reviewer, your primary responsibility is to assess the validity of the methods and the results presented in the manuscript. You're asking questions like, did the author use the appropriate methods for this project? Are there any potential biases that could affect the findings? Peer reviewers should also submit their reviews on time. If you accept an invitation for review, but you realize that you can't meet the deadline, the best practice is to communicate promptly with a journal or editor. But let's also talk about a crucial point in today's technological landscape regarding artificial intelligence, large language models, AI tools. While AI can be beneficial in helping to structure your peer review feedback and enhancing the clarity of your comments to the author, there's a very important caveat. Manuscripts under review should never submit or upload a manuscript under review into AI tools. This action actually violates the confidentiality agreement that is integral to the peer review process. And as a reviewer, you're often the first person to see unpublished data. So maintaining confidentiality and disclosing any potential conflicts of interest are essential responsibilities of a reviewer. But beyond these best practices, you need to complete the review within the agreed upon time frame and provide both the author and editors with clear recommendation, whether to accept, revise, or reject the manuscript along with the rationale for your decision. But how can we develop our skills as a peer reviewer? So if you're looking to develop, peer review skills, there are several developmental strategies that exist. Formal peer review training is a primary educational approach, often followed by mentoring and evaluation. Resources like checklists, guidelines, and tools can also help reviewers in understanding the process, and even personal practices like reviewing regularly and helps to facilitate learning. Multi-level strategies are beneficial and can be incorporated into nursing curricula, facilitating open reviews for discussion, utilizing ethical guidelines, conducting co-reviews with an experienced colleague, and offering editor feedback for reviews. There are also excellent learning resources available, such as the Sage Reviewer Portal, which offers educational webinars and tip sheets, and the Web of Science Academy, which provides e-learning content where participants can even earn certificates of completion. As peer reviewers, you can also engage in that formal or informal training and familiarize yourself with reporting guidelines like Consort or Strobe, which can significantly help in providing feedback that aligns manuscripts with global standards. So I encourage new peer reviewers to visit equatornetwork.org to find these standard reporting guidelines. These global publishing standards not only improve the quality of submissions, but for peer reviewers, they can also help you understand what is expected and what is missing within a paper. So I hope you're starting to feel inspired and thinking about becoming a peer reviewer. So how do you get started? I encourage peer reviewers to seek opportunities to get involved. Many journals issue calls for peer reviewers. This information is typically available on their website, social media platforms, newsletters, or editorial messages. You can also contact the journal's editor directly. Another great tip I have is to create an account in the journal submission management system and add your areas of expertise through keywords. This will help increase your chances of being asked to review. You can create an account at mc.manuscriptcentral.com/JPSN. And for readers and listeners of JPSN, I encourage you to create the account in the JPSN submission site with your expertise, but also to reach out to me directly at jpsneditor.garciam@apsna.org. I'm always happy to connect with potential authors, peer reviewers, and readers of the journal. Links and email addresses will be added in the show notes below. Participating in peer review is truly invaluable, and this helps to result in high quality manuscripts that enhance our nursing knowledge and clinical practice. And it's essential for professional development and advancing our specialty. So our journal, the Journal of Pediatric Surgical Nursing, actively invites both novice and experienced peer reviewers to join our journal peer reviewer pool. Well, thanks for listening to this episode of the Journal of Pediatric Surgical Nursing podcast. We really appreciate your support. It's what helps us keep highlighting the best in pediatric surgical nursing care. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, share this episode with your friends and colleagues, and connect with us on social media. I'm Dr. Mayra Garcia, JPSN Editor-in-Chief. Until next time, take care and stay healthy.